Welcome to the NerdFL, and I'm your host, Dylan Deline. Alongside me is Robert Johnson. Let's get started. First up, we're going to talk about the Minnesota Vikings. This week they took on the Philadelphia Eagles and they beat them in a very close, very exciting matchup on Sunday afternoon, that 3:25 game. And my question after that game is, are the Minnesota Vikings the best pass offensive team in the league right now?
It's tough to say, honestly. They've been having a little bit of a rough start this year, both with tying with Green Bay and then losing to LA. It was just been a little bit of a rocky start, but what we saw in this last game against the Eagles definitely puts a better note, definitely puts a better taste in people's mouths as to whether or not Vikings will be able to finish out the season strong in the passing game aspect.
There are a couple of key components to this Vikings passing game, too, that make it one of the best in the league, in my opinion. When you've got two, you can call them Ferraris on the outside there. You got Stephon Diggs and you got Adam Thielen. And I cannot speak enough about what Kirk Cousins is doing with that offense. I mean, that run game is non-existent, and Kirk Cousins just continues to surprise me every single week. He's throwing up 300 yards. Here's a fun stat for you guys. Kirk Cousins has set the NFL record for the most, 30 completions, 30 or more completions through 4 games in a row. That's an NFL record. No quarterback in the NFL has ever had 30 or more completions in 4 consecutive games. And Kirk Cousins just keeps it going every single week. And this week was no different. I mean, he was, 30 for 37 for 301 yards. That's pretty wild.
Yep.
And Adam Thielen, I know you're high on Adam Thielen.
I know.
Adam Thielen's amazing.
Yeah, we were watching Adam Thielen this weekend. Just amazing how targeting him for Cousins, targeting Thielen has just improved the passing game for the Vikings tenfold. Every time that he's targeted, he's able to get the ball and then get plus 10 yards down the field almost every single time. It's really an amazing thing to watch. And because the offense, run game for the Vikings is practically non-existent at all, it's nice to know that he can either target Diggs or Thielen to get where they need to go and get some points on the board. So,
and what's crazy too about Adam Thielen, an undrafted guy, went to Minnesota State and everything, and he's a homegrown Minnesota guy.
Yep.
And so it's just a really nice story to see. And a lot of people don't ever think about Adam Thielen when they think about Antonio Brown and DeAndre Hopkins, Julio Jones, AJ Green, all those guys. But I think you can almost put him in that conversation.
Oh yeah.
He has had 5 games, the first 5 games in a row this season. He has had 100 plus receiving yards, 5 games in a row. He is already through 5 games above the number that Randy Moss had with Minnesota.
Yep.
Randy Moss in 1998, I think, had right around 515 yards. Adam Thielen already through 5 games at 583 receiving yards.
Yep.
He's on pace to set records NFL wide. I mean, this guy is unbelievable.
Yep.
So
I agree.